I'm going to show you how to portion a whole chicken. So you can just loosen off your chicken. I'm using a red chopping board because red chopping boards should be used for raw meat to avoid any cross-contamination. The first thing that I am going to do is I am going to take off the legs and the thighs. If you have got a trussed chicken, so it's tied up with string, just cut the string and remove that and put that straight into the bin. You are going to cut through the skin to expose the leg and the thigh joint. So we're going to do this on both sides, so you are just exposing the joint of the leg and the thigh. So this is our leg, this is our thigh. What you then need to do is you need to find the end of the thigh bone, and then you are going to push so that it then dislocates that joint, and you can see there that the thigh bone is coming through there. You're then going to take your knife and go in between the carcass and the thigh bone and cutting it off like so, and the same on the other side. So exposing the joint, make sure that you have got a bowl of hot soapy water so that you can rinse and then wash your hands with some soap and water as you are going along if needs be when handling raw chicken. So we've then got our thighs and our legs, or our whole legs, and if you turn it over so that the skin is to the board, you can see that there is a line of fat that goes across there. Again, just make a small cut to expose to see where that joint is, and then you can feel where the midpoint of the joint is, where the bones meet. Your knife is then going to go through that section there to give you a leg and a thigh, and again the same on the other one. If you want to remove the skin from the thigh, you can just pull it away and it easily comes off. And then trim off where it's attached to the fat. And any bits of fat that are there. Similarly with the leg, the drumstick, pull the skin down towards where the foot would be. Pull it as far as you can, and then you can trim that off there. Okay. If you're roasting it, you're probably best leaving the skin on because it protects it just that little bit. You're then going to remove the breasts from your carcass. Again, you can see the white strip of fat that's going down the centre, and that's the backbone. So you are going to get your knife and you're going to go quite close to the edge of the backbone and just cutting through the skin with your knife, trying to stay as close to that backbone as you possibly can. Okay, you need to be careful not to go through the rib cage because that will then be tough on your meat, and you're just going to use the point of your knife to score away against the rib cage. Like so, and then bringing it down at the end. You're wanting to leave as little flesh on the carcass as you possibly can. And then once you get down to where the wing is, you again are going in between the carcass and the wing and trimming that off so that you're then left with your breast and your wing on it there, which we can then take off. So finding the joint and going around it. You've then got a mini fillet if you're wanting to take that off, or leaving it on if you are wanting to use it as a whole breast, or you're wanting to use it to stuff it. So trimming off any excess skin and then moving that to one side. With the wing, you're going to take off the wing tip, so you're just going to go through the cartilage there. That can be disposed of, and then you have got the two sections to your wing. So again, going through the joint, and that gives us our two bits of wing there. You would then repeat on the other side. So again, going down alongside to the breastbone, using your knife to score away the flesh from the rib cage. It's much more economical to buy a whole bird and cut it into portions if you need portions of chicken. So if you're going to do a casserole, or if you're roasting, this is a good way to actually use the whole of the bird and have different sections, because you could now always cut that in half so that you actually have a part bit of breast and then some breast and some wing on it. The carcass can be used to make a stock, which can be used for sauces or for soups. So again, we will cut round the wing. Take the tip off. And then cut through on the wing into pieces. You now have 8 good sized pieces of chicken that can be used for a variety of dishes.